I hope this video helps. Please check out the playlist: Evidence for Christianity, Evidence for the Bible, End Times, and the Book of Revelation. I'll leave links in the description for all four. Enjoy. So my low oil pressure light, oil pressure switch light has been coming on intermittently, just kind of at random. Yeah, there, see, it just came on and off, and I checked the oil level and looked for leaks and anything else like the oil cap being off or just some sign of an issue, and I can't find anything. So the engine temperature is good. I'm not hearing any strange sounds from the engine, so that kind of just points me towards the just the sensor being bad. So another thing that makes me suspicious about the oil pressure switch sensor is that it's completely covered in oil. I mean, completely. You can't really even tell that that's the oil pressure switch. Anyway, I suspect that something's been damaged on the sensor, and it's been allowing oil to come through and just cake everything. So, yeah, there it is. You can tell where it is, kind of, but there's the oil filter, and then it's back up in there. So first thing I need to do is get this air intake out of the way so that I can get to the oil pressure switch. I'll leave an Amazon link in the description for all the tools and parts I'm using or the equivalent. I am an Amazon associate, so do earn from any qualifying purchases when using my link. Main tool that you need to make sure you get is this oil pressure switch socket. Here's the oil pressure switch that we're going to be changing. They also call it an oil pressure sending unit or an oil pressure sensor, depending on whatever. Same thing. Got some contact cleaner because the contact's going to be all oily. And definitely don't forget your safety glasses, especially if you're going to be using aerosols. And torque wrench is set to 15 foot-pounds. The ratcheting wrench that I have is a 1/2 inch ratcheting wrench. And I'll be using this 1/2 inch wrench for the socket. I need to get this air intake tube out of the way. Just need a big flathead screwdriver to undo this clamp. I believe there was probably a bolt here holding this on, but it was missing. I put my own bolt there. And then just get your fingers on the lip of it and then kind of pull it back. Wiggle it back. And then get that bolt out. You can also go ahead and remove this cover if you want to get it out of the way. Get your oil fill cap off and just pull up on it. There we go. I'm going to put my oil fill cap back on so no debris gets down in there. Now I'm going to pull this tube over and up and just out of the way. Oh, make sure your little clip doesn't come off. There you go. And I'm just going to use a broomstick handle to hold it up here. Keep it from coming down. Alright, now we're ready to do it. So, right there's the sensor. There's a tab that you're going to have to lift up on in order to get it to come off. So removing the plug from the oil pressure switch, just get your finger on this tab right here and then pull out on it, and it just unplugs real easy. And you want to make sure that the sensor that you bought will match this plug. So check that out now. You're going to have some oil coming out after you remove the switch. So if you can shove some rags up in there, but don't forget them when you're done. Got my oil pressure wrench socket here. Put that on. Fits perfect. And that socket's designed so that if you got two different size switches, then it'll fit two different sizes. Get my socket on first with one of the adapters. So I need to adapt to a 3/8 inch because I don't have a 1/2 inch extension. Alright, it's to the point now that I can just use my fingers to get it off. Let's hope there's enough room to get the wrench out. There it is. So there's actually a lot of oil coming out of there, so I'm going to hurry up and get the new one in. So I already know I got the right kind. I didn't expect a bunch of oil to come out, but quite a bit is coming out. If you want to support my channel, leave a super thanks below, or you can join Robinhood through a link that'll leave in the description, and we'll both get a free stock. Or you can purchase this product through a link that'll leave in the description. I'll get a little commission. Continue watching. Make sure it's got the O-ring. So let's go ahead and get it plugged in. Okay, that's on there. I think I got it. All right, it's clicking. I got my electrical contact cleaner here, and I want to spray the inside of that plug to get all that oil that was inside it out. So there's the plug. There's it's a tight squeeze, but got my contact cleaner. Everything wants to fall on me. This is one of the hardest camera angles I think I've tried to accomplish, but I got it. Alright, whoops. So I let it sit for about 5 minutes to get that contact cleaner dried up out of the contacts. And then let's go ahead and plug it back in. Let's find out where that tab is for it to lock on. It's right there on the top. I'm going to have to turn it. Alright, it's locked on. Now we can clean up our oil spill and try to start it and see if it leaks oil out of it. So that's how much oil it leaked out. I'm kind of surprised it leaked out that much. Luckily I have my catch pan here. Got the oil. Make sure you slide on your air intake hose before starting the car, because you don't want to be sucking in unfiltered air into the air intake. And then we'll see if any oil starts coming out the bottom. So it looks good from the top here. Let's see if there's any dripping at the bottom. No dripping at the bottom, so I would say we got a nice seal and it's good to go. So there's how much oil we got if you want to see it in the light. So you can see kind of where the oil was dripping down. I already wiped it off, but make sure you wipe off all the excess oil that came dripping down from up there. I'm going to reach up there and get it all. Alright, I think we're good. And since this was moving around a lot, make sure that this is down inside that hole, because it just pops up. So make sure that's down in there. And then our little cover here just has 2 snaps. You got to snap there, there and there. And you just push down, snaps in. Alright. Sorry to the next mechanic. I got an Allen head screw that actually fits this, so that's what I'm using. Alright, everything nice and secure, plugged in, everything's together. Let's go take it for a test drive. So I want to drive it around. I just want to get some good engine RPM on it. I don't want to go too far, because if it is purging oil at higher RPM, I don't want to lose all my oil. So let's go take it for a test drive. Test drive went great. No oil light came on at all. I got it up to 65 and nothing. So I'm gonna say we got it fixed. Now let's go ahead and check underneath and make sure there's no new oil droplets forming from any leaks. So there is a little bit of oil. That might just be from what's leaked down due to the changing of the oil pressure switch. But I'm going to wipe that up and run it and check it again later. If anything else, it's not really that bad at the moment, so I feel safe driving it around until we find out for sure. So I've driven it around more than enough to be able to verify if the light would come on, and it has not. So the oil pressure switch fixed our problem. Let's just make sure that there's no new oil leaks coming from that switch that we put in. All right, everything looks the same. I don't see any new oil drips or runs coming from anywhere. It just from what we already did and wiped off. But there's no drips, no new oil. Looks great. If you have any questions, just leave them in the comments. And if you want to connect with me, I have a public group on MeWe called Share Your Trade. And I got an Instagram. I'll leave links in the description for both of those. Thanks for watching.